2008 brought a whole new season for Deep Creek Community Church, and now we got to finally move, kind of take that next step and move into CPAC, what we call CPAC, which is the Performing Arts Center of Charlotte High School. Adam and Squeeze, the Willises, came on as our worship and arts leader, and so it was a great opportunity for us to have more space for our children. We were just packed out. Anita had taken over kids at Deep Creek Elementary School and doing a great job, but we were just choked.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what CPAC meant for the kids ministry.
I think CPAC meant doing children's ministry at a whole new level for us. The most important thing was that we were able to break out our kids in more age groups, so there was more specific care for each age, and be able to minister them at a whole other level. And now to see those kids who were raised up in the elementary school and in CPAC now serving, like Noah in worship ministry, or Hannah who is leading worship and doing pro team, like all of these students who have grown up with us are now serving and leading in ministry, which is really great.
It is so exciting. So along with the great growth in our kids, we were seeing a lot of unchurched and unplugged people come to Deep Creek Community Church, which has always been the driving force and the passion, the reason why we exist. And Becca, sitting next to me, is one of those people that came really brand new to the Lord, as far as an adult making decisions and your relationship with the Lord. So tell us a little bit about that.
I was hanging out with Jamie and Lee, and they were like, you need, and Zach Sanrock, he was there too.
Yeah.
They're like, you need to come check out our church. And I was just brought it up, and there was no like leading up to it or anything. They just said it, and we were in Venice fishing, and the next day was Sunday, and they're like, just come check. And I did, and when I first came, I was like, wow, this music is a lot different than like where I grew up, where it was the hymns, and not that those are bad, but it was just different, and it was young. That was the best part. And the Lord was working on me through that, and I was going through some strongholds I was having to deal with, and I was considering them to be the boundaries I needed, and it just happened. It came into the series. The first series I came into with Steve was the one, it was the Guardrails series, which it just lined up everything, and I stepped back from friendships I was having, and it took me, it was a process, but I got here and I wanted to get involved. There was a lot of funny little things that happened while I was getting involved. I started Mitzi's group with Jamie. I met Kayla Justwin, and she invited me to youth group. Anita thought I was a soccer mom in my minivan. Then I wanted to get involved with kids, but I didn't want to be with kids because I worked at the preschool all day with 9 2-year-olds. So I was like, I don't want to be with kids, but I know that's my strength. So I did check-in. And when I did it, they were like, oh, no, you can still work with kids, but you don't have to be one-on-one with them. And so I would help unpack for pro, and I would help with front lines. It was like just the 360 ministry we have now. I was experiencing as a new member, and it was very welcoming for me.
What would you say are some of the things that just really caused growth? Because obviously we want to take people from unplugged and unchurched. That's the mission of the church, unplugged and unchurched, to fully devoted followers of Christ. Tell us a little bit about that process. What did that look like for you?
For me, it was definitely the circles, the small groups I was in, the females that were there with me. They were helping me develop who I was. There was like, Anita was like, don't cry.
Spiritual mama.
Yeah, and so it was a cool thing that it wasn't just the face-to-face relationship. It was heartfelt, and God has done great things. My relationship with Him is now on my own. It's in addition to growing other circles at Deep Creek. It's hard to just be involved in one circle because they overlap. And so to me, while God was definitely working through me, there were people that were bringing that in. I got baptized in Honduras on a missions trip by Sandy and Anita. And to even think, like, I started attending June 5th of 2011. And it's not even been that long, but it feels like it's been forever.
I'm thinking of all the ministry, all the creative ministry that got to happen on this stage, because it was so much better than the elementary school. We got to really become the creative church that we wanted to be. And so there were just so many stories and so much excitement. And, people loving people. John 13:35, all men will know that we are His disciples by the love we have for one another. And that's really what this is about. And that's what continues to move us forward. 14 years, and for the first time, I feel like we're going to last. It's going to outlast us, and it's going to be here beyond Steve, beyond Sandy, beyond myself, that we are building up an army to continue to reach the community of Charlotte County and surrounding areas wherever God leads us. And we are so thankful and excited about that. Glad you're with us.